Oh man, I've been waiting to do this for so long.
Mao Lucifer、魔界の門ヘルズゲートより現れて世界を恐怖に陥れた。しかし4人の魔導士がルシファーを封印する指輪ルシファーリングを作り出す。4つのルシファーリングの力によりルシファーは魔界へ追い返され、ヘルズゲートは封印された。それから数百年、ルシファー復活を企む魔導士バイオ、4つのルシファーリングを奪い去り、彼と3人の手下たちに渡した。封印の力は徐々に弱まり、このままではルシファーは復活してしまう。ルシファーリングを取り戻し、ヘルズゲートを封印しなければ、世界は再び暗黒に包まれてしまうだろう。
Welcome everyone to Lucifer Ring, one of the earliest 3D beat-em-ups ever made.
第一のルシファーリングを持つレッドドラゴンを探して、樹海から死の谷へと向かった。ドラゴンは死の谷の奥深くで、リングと同時に何かを守っているらしい。
Welcome to the first stage, which is appropriately named because we're going to be seeing both a valley and forest. We play as Nash, and we can perform both light and heavy attacks. There's only one combo that chains them together, and it's that one, which does a 360-degree swipe. The swipe knocks down all the enemies it hits, which makes it very useful. Most of the time we're going to be using our light attacks because they're faster. The heavy attacks are more powerful, as heavy attack would imply. The enemies right here are pretty much entirely harmless. It's a good excuse to show off the controls, though. We can also hit enemies behind us with our basic attack. We have to time that very well, though. You can see me doing dashing attacks right now. There are 2 dashing attacks. One of them is a lunge, which is only useful for targeting a single enemy, usually. And the other one, which you just saw me use like 3 times in a row, is a swipe. And it is very useful, because it knocks down whatever enemy you hit with it, and it hits fast. We don't want to jump down here. If we just gently plop down on the ledge, there's a chest. And the chest contains our first secret sword, the fire sword. The enemies all have elemental weaknesses. A lot of the enemies in this stage are weak to the fire sword because it is a forest/valley. You can see that the dashing swipe takes less than a second to activate. It is insanely useful. That stab and flip we just did on the goblin is our regular heavy attack. Did you see that? I just murdered those guys. Completely murdered them. Thank you, Fire Sword. Here are flying enemies. They can easily get you in a stun combo. They go down pretty easy though. Just one jump attack will do it usually. These scorpions can and will leap at you, but they're still on the lower rank of enemies, and unless we wait for them to hit us, we'll be fine. Here are some of the first actually challenging enemies. These guys will jump at you. Like that, with their hammer. And their hammer has a huge range. It grows when they hit you with it. It grows before they hit you with it, is what I meant to say. If you're proactive and take them out as soon as you see them, it's not a big deal. But they are more of a threat than other enemies because they attack more actively. Other enemies we've seen so far, at least. Time for a mini-boss. This Treant is really weak to the fire sword, as you might have guessed. The pattern for it is pretty simple. Back away, wait for it to slam its head into the ground, and then you can run up and attack. You can also run up and hit it after it does minor attacks, but that's less of an opening, so it's more dangerous. We can still run in and do that swipe though, because the swipe is awesome. We have different special attacks depending on which sword we have equipped. The special attack will still do massive damage to other enemies, but it hurts ones with elemental weaknesses more. And we just got a full special bar again, from that chest behind the tree. There are multiple paths and many of them lead to secrets and other swords, so there's only one thing I really dislike about this game, and it's the platforming. The platforming feels the opposite of good. I don't like it. These flying enemies are more difficult than the ones we encountered previously. I'm gonna leave those deaths in. It kinda brings home the point about the platforming not being very fun. But yes, these flying enemies can stunlock us easier than the other ones. Here's the Ice Sword, which is powerful against fire enemies. Don't question it. The Ice Sword also has another feature though, which makes it my favorite sword. It freezes enemies when you hit them with it. It's pretty great. These turtles can spin on their back and extend their blade-like arms, and that attack is pretty difficult to get out of. I try not to let them use it. You can see exactly how well the birds can stunlock you right here. There went over half my health from them. In spite of the platforming being difficult, hitting enemies in the air is not difficult at all, so I'm not going to get mad at the game for that. Your sword has a really huge hitbox in the air. Oh yes. It's time for the first boss, and I love the boss fights in this game. We have the Ice Sword, which is a good thing. Now, this boss telegraphs his attacks pretty well with both his roar and movements. Something he doesn't tell you, though, that you need to figure out on your own, is that if you do a dashing attack at him, he will immediately blast you away with a shockwave. No dashing attacks here. Most of his attacks are centered on the front, so we're fine over here as long as we move out of his tail in time. They expect you to fight the boss from the front, but I'm too genre savvy for that. This is the first boss, so you shouldn't really dock it for having an easy solution. Especially since the rest of the game is everything but easy. The special attack from our Ice Sword will finish it off.